Hello and welcome to the Calyx. I am Becca Scott. I am your keeper of arcane lore. Yes, I checked my notes for my name. If you were watching our pre-show, maybe, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. It doesn't matter because now we are about to be transported. Today we are playing Cthulhu Regency. This is Call of Cthulhu 7th edition rules, but a little different because we are set in a time of landed gentry, where the 1%, the 6% thought they were all that mattered. Just getting married to someone and then making all your tenorant farmers pay you taxes. That's what life's about, and that's what we're here to celebrate.
What a concise description of the era.
I'm sorry, what I wrote is a time of landed gentry, balls, and Jane Austen romance.
Basically what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the countryside manners of England, you'll notice this. This is the first episode in a 4-part series. You'll notice we have 3 players this evening, but we will be joined by 1 more in the weeks to come. So hold on to your hats if you came here just for Serena Marie. You can't leave now. And she'll be here next week. But that's all right, because we have 3 incredible guests. And I'm going to let you introduce yourselves. If you would first introduce yourself, the player, and then just the briefest of tidbits of who you're playing. We'll get into all the details of exactly who they are in this world and what they most desire as those things come to light at the festivities that will occur this eve. Let's start with Katie.
Hello, my name is Katie Michels, and I will be playing Mr. James Bennett, gentleman poet.
Hi, I'm Jessica Lynn Parsons, and I am playing Miss Winifred, or Winnie, Crumbly.
Yes, and I'm Kari Lee Cartwright, and I will be playing Miss Kitty Crumbly of the Crumblies.
And we are siblings. We're sisters.
We're sisters.
Sisters.
It's true, that wasn't a surprise, I knew.
If you weren't sisters, you just both chose the last name.
Like, yes and, yes and, yes and.
Yes, I'm a sister.
Yes, and for those of you who don't know, is the first rule of improv, which there is going to be a lot of yes in tonight. So, Call of Cthulhu is a horror game. You know this, yes?
Yes.
Great, and you know this at home. As such, there will be glimpses into the terrifying unknown. Maybe you won't see them at first, or maybe they will rip your very sanity from your person. You know, your personage. Anyway, our players have been warned of the kind of things the scenario is going to get into, and they also have an X card, which is when you do this down here, and no. And yep, there's your X card. Look, lots of tech.
Wait,
Right X on your...
Just holding an X down here.
But why are we doing that?
If I ever do something that upsets you,
Oh.
and you would like this scene to end right now,
Oh.
that's an X card.
Oh, okay.
Safe word.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's a safe word. Yeah.
Okay.
See, have a session 0, people. Which we obviously did, but it happened in a spreadsheet. Okay. If you are a fan of the Calyx, which you're here, so you are, and you want to help support the show, you can send some love to our sponsor, Chaosium Inc. We have a special promo discount code, Good Time. That will get you no space. It will get you 10% off everything on their website, such as this.
Ooh, gorgeous.
Regency Cthulhu.
Haunting.
It looks soft. Is it soft?
Oh, it's pillowy. But careful, it'll
Weird thing
bite
to say
you.
about a book, but like,
Thank you. You have one too.
I know, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
But I can't look at it yet.
You can't look at chapter 3 because the scenario we
can't trust
begin
myself.
this eve is based upon the scenario in this book. And I'm sure we won't deviate at all from what is expected and or listed in that chapter.
No, this is scripted. We're going to stay right on track.
All right. We begin our tale in the town of Terryford. Terryford is a small town, a rural town in the countryside, the county of Wiltshire. The population, 800, and the town itself, maybe 1,000 if you include the landed gentry and the surrounding hillsides. It's landlocked in the southwest of England, marked by sweeping valleys, rolling hills, and grassy pastures between Bath and Salisbury, if anyone asks. You don't need to know any of that because you have servants that do it for you.
Tell them where we are.
Kitty, you are in your drawing room. You are preparing for this evening's ball. Each of you, about 2 weeks ago, received an invitation from the Northlake family, inviting you to the premiere event of the autumn equinox. Everyone looks forward to this ball every year because the Northlakes are one of the most well-to-do families in the area, and they throw a good ball. Your handmaid, Mrs. Linnell, looks over your shoulder in the mirror. You look so stunning in the green. Can I do anything else for your hair?
Yes, could you continue to curl it, please?
It's already curled.
Just curl it more.
More? I've curled. Do you remember the pocket curl? No, I didn't tell you about that. That's when I curled too hot, and it's a pocket curl.
I'm sorry.
No, what are you talking about?
Are you keeping one of my curls in your pocket?
Not. This was.
Linnell.
Let me get the silk gloves, and she scampers off into the other room.
Yes. I still look good. A pocket.
A hairstylist told me that once. She's like, don't get that pocket curl when you forget the curling iron's on, and you're just talking, and then you're like, oops, that's a pocket curl. That's where you got that.
Like, yeah, it's gonna be great in RPG later.
It's become a phrase in my mind.
Yeah. Writing a note in my notes here to tell my sister all about a pocket curl.
And as you look into the mirror and you think about what could happen at this evening's ball, what is it that Kitty Crumbly most desires to find on the dance floor, or perhaps a parlor room?
I think I most wish to find just a lovely conversation that... Listen, I'm not very interested in any of these suitors. They bore me.
Mrs. Linnell comes back in with lots of different patterns and styles of silk gloves for you to choose from.
Oh.
Yes, I know. I know, of course, my dear, but you must find a suitable husband, or else, well, your sister Winnie, she'll never get the chance to become out.
Yes, I know. And I want to do that for her because I love her, but also I really don't want to marry anybody I don't love. Linnell, don't laugh at me. All of the books I read say that you must marry for love, and I think it is possible.
We don't get to read books where I come from, and my husband, he's good enough.
Oh. Yes, your husband is lovely.
Mr. Linnell is a fine footman.
I would be lucky to find a husband as wonderful as Mr. Linnell? I thought Linnell was your first name.
No.
My goodness, all these years. I wonder if
Lana.
Winnie knows this.
Lana is my first name.
Lana Linnell.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry.
Thank you for
Miss
asking.
Linnell.
It means a lot. I will write it in my journal.
I will also write it in my journal.
All right then.
Perhaps we could share journals sometime.
Never.
Can you write? You can write. Sorry.
I'll get some tea.
Wonderful.
And as you look at your curls in the mirror, we
Missing one.
we zoom out and down the elegant staircase and find Winnie bouncing up, having just retrieved a snack. As you pass through the foyer of the crumbly home, you notice the head butler walking with a silver platter with a letter atop the platter, which you can see over his shoulder, is addressed to your sister, Kitty.
Please stop right there. I'll take that.
Is it for you?
It seems it's addressed to Miss Crumbly, is it not?
The other elder, Miss Crumbly.
Please.
All right, then, please deliver it to her. It was sent post-haste from the road by one... Well, I'll let you be the judge. I certainly don't know. No one told me what is in the contents of that letter. He goes off to the kitchen.
But did he say that in a suspicious way, or did he truly not know what it is?
You may have some inkling that all of the handmaids and all of the footmen know,
They know everything.
about your lives. Everything. They know
Okay.
who sent letters.
So she gives him a
We need
side
to
eye
run.
and continues to grab the note and looks around and then hurriedly opens it. What does it say?
My dearest Kitty. The moment has come at last when finally I will meet you face to face at the home of my host, the Northlakes. I cannot wait for this ball, though I do think I may arrive fashionably late. Perhaps you will recognize me by my attire. Goes on to describe her attire. Then there's a few paragraphs that you feel a little uncomfortable reading.
I fold it up and begins to carefully put it back together exactly the way that she found it so that Kitty will never know she opened it in the first place.
You do see on the Sincerely Yours line, a Miss Jane Radcliffe is listed.
Miss Jane Radcliffe. Okay, so am I getting... I didn't read anything that was too personal because I kind of got a sense that it might be too personal. I didn't want to, right?
Well, the way that people wrote in Regency England is through veiled metaphors of I would gaze upon rolling hills were they ever near you. Speaking, of course, of Terryford, and some such metaphor is the closest they get to just like a meme of a butt.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you say when you like somebody, Katie?
A meme of a butt?
Yeah.
No, that's right. I just wasn't expecting you to say it.
That's our love language,
Yeah. It's kind of the pocket curl of saying love. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so she folds this back up pristinely as she found it and hurries and scurries her way up to Kitty's rooms.
When she bustles her little tail, what is Winnie wearing?
Winnie looks a little different from the average young lady you might see. She is dressed completely in black and always has a dour appearance and always seems to be looking up at you through her bangs and rarely cracks a smile unless it is something that other folks might describe as disturbing. But you can't help but see that there is a sense of love and respect for her older sister, Kitty, even if she doesn't show it. There's a letter for you.
Oh, you didn't read it, did you?
No, I got it from Charles.
It's interesting.
Forced up.
There's no seal. Okay. Are you going to stay here while I read it?
Well, if you would want to share it with me, I wouldn't mind. Who is it from?
Just a friend. I have a bit of a pen pal.
Oh, I did not know.
Yes. Unwrap.
A male friend?
No.
A husband?
I'm not married.
Well,
It's certainly not anybody else's husband.
yes, well, you don't need to explain to me that you don't have a husband. It's all Ma and Pa talk about.
Oh my goodness.
And it's the only reason we're going to this ball is so we can get you arranged in a marriage, you know? I've been wanting to go to this ball for a long time.
Winnie, I know.
To get my own husband.
I know. It's your greatest goal in life, is to get married.
I want to fall in love. And I want to fall in love as soon as possible so I can have a partner until death do us part.
I think that maybe this would be the ball that you can find someone who understands your intensity, your intense feelings for love. And I shall do my best to humor all of these boys.
Yes, the best thing you can do for me, Kitty, of course, is to get married already. It's been years. You've been years out in society. And what am I to do? I have to wait for you.
Don't you want me to be happy?
Of course.
So what if being happy means not being married?
Impossible.
Just try to understand it from my point of view, and I shall try to understand it from yours. I shall do my best, because I love you, sister.
I love you.
Shall we go to the forest later and throw knives?
You've never said a sweeter sentence to me in your life. I'd love to.
Wonderful.
She hurriedly walks away, exits the room, shuffles out.
Are you going to sharpen your knives?
Yes, definitely.
And is there anything else about Kitty's appearance that you didn't get a chance to mention when we first gazed upon her in that mirror?
Kitty's pretty plain. Just a regular old dress. Nothing too frilly or fancy. Yeah, Kitty likes to keep it real.
Kitty keeps it real.
Kitty keeps it real, and her dog ear curls are voluptuous.
If I might say, as an outsider looking in on Miss Kitty, she thinks she is quite plain. But her sister and others can see that below the side curls that hide some of her features, she is quite stunning.
Are you in love with your... We zoom out from the crumbly household.
Twist! Not that kind of show.
Chemistry. We zoom out from the crumbly household as your carriage is being prepared and come to a quaint cottage, well-to-do on well-appointed land, many acres, which are well farmed and tended to by many local farmers, all pay to the Bennett household. And inside the Bennett household, we see Mr. Alfred Nose tending to the needs of Mr. James Bennett. Do the glasses fit?
Yes, they fit. Okay.
And
What do we think about this?
still too womanly.
Alfred,
I'm trying to help you.
I know, but I don't know how. Okay. If I make my voice higher.
That's womanly.
Woman, okay, yep. I think low is it. Yes. If I jot my chin out just a bit more manly.
Are you sure that these dalliances with the local gentry won't get you caught? You do want your published works to stay on shelves, do you not?
Me getting caught dressed as a man, Mr. Nose, it is the same chance as me getting published as a woman.
Well,
So-
when you put it that way, yes, that's certainly true.
It feels like, why not? Plus, going to these balls as a woman is a bore. Everyone just wants you to get married.
Yes. Well, what else would a woman do?
Exactly. Right.
Right.
Not right. Right.
Right. You right.
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 Correct.
As long as you know what you're doing. And the John Purse, do they irritate? I'm sorry if I ask too many questions.
It
It's just,
doesn't-
you don't see a woman not in a skirt often.
Yes, I got to tell you, wearing pants is liberating.
Really?
You should try wearing a dress so you can compare and contrast.
I have.
You have. I knew I liked you.
I have served your family for many generations. Since I was a young wee lad, I was your father's shoe boy.
I know. And
Have I told you this before?
his best shoe boy. He spoke of you fondly.
Thank you.
It
I
is
went
the
away.
highest honor to be a shoe boy.
I loved being a shoe boy, but now I'm a footman. That's a reflex.
Okay.
Shall I prepare a horse for you to ride, or
Yes,
a
Miss-
carriage, like a woman?
A horse. A horse. And I put one leg on each side, yes?
That's right.
Yes.
You did say you went into Terryford as Mr. James Bennett.
I did, but
recently.
now I'm panicking because this is the biggest event ever. I just want to be taken seriously, and this is my best bet.
I think it will go well, sire.
Also, I wrote a poem about tonight, but it's rubbish.
Nope, you must read the poem.
I don't know how to end them. Every time. Okay, just.
Your father, he too tried to write poetry. He didn't know how to start them.
How does it. Okay, later. Okay.
He never laid a single word to paper, but
He always had to end. I miss him.
as do I. He hugs you.
Yeah. Haunts me?
Alfred gives you an
he
awkward,
hugs you.
awkward hug. Very awkward. He doesn't. He like puts his head into your shoulder and one hand around. I missed him. I miss him. I never hugged your father.
Well, I'm glad that we can't say the same about our relationship.
That's
A hug a day
as am I.
keeps
the
the
sorrow
sorrow
away.
as we always say.
Yes. Would you read me your poetry?
That was what got me interested in poetry, was that saying. Mr. knows you're more responsible for this than you know.
I know. There's much that I know.
We know. Okay. Okay. Ready. Okay. Northlake, Northlake, here for dance. Ladies address, gentlemen in pants. Laughter echoes, food and drink. A fortnight of anticipation. Terryford convenes. I don't know how to end it.
What was the last word that you could rhyme with?
Many pants.
Many pants?
Oh no, let me read it again. Listen carefully this time.
Okay.
Okay. Your face gives away your thoughts on my poem. Northlake, Northlake, here for dance. Ladies address, gentlemen in pants. Laughter echoes, food and drink. A fortnight of anticipation. Terryford convenes. Anticipation? Well, think about it.
But you must not rise above your station.
Oh! Wait,
oh,
that makes me
perhaps-
terrible. That makes me mean.
Yes, maybe not. Maybe don't put that. Don't put that.
But rubbish is your station. I like the word station, and we'll find a way to make it work.
Great.
This is where a carriage is more convenient, because then I can work on the way to the ball. Anyway, I'll take
You
a
could
horse.
try working on the horse, but you might run into a tree.
But the horse...
He looks out the window and says,
We have to get a better horse.
a horse can't just stay on a path without you guiding it constantly.
I'm worried about old Faithful.
Faithful is blind in one eye.
I think that's generous. I think both eyes might be gone based on the number of trees we've run into lately.
Then maybe don't write poetry on the way, but might I suggest?
Don't read that out loud.
No, I would never say that about your poetry.
Thank you.
Your father would have loved to have write poetry. Anyway, I was suggesting that perhaps if you find someone who can give you a rhyme, well, you might find the person you're meant to marry.
Like a sign? A poetic sign?
A poetic sign.
Are you trying to set me up with someone who's good at rhyming?
I just think, were you to wed, you would achieve the goal of 99% of the gentry in this area, and so I only want the best for you.
I know. Thank you. I love you.
I love you. He looks out the window and says, Mr. Martin Johnson seems to be here to escort you.
Yes, okay.
Is that his brother, Benjamin, lagging behind? Yes.
They've never caught on. I'm telling you.
Never.
Never.
They know nothing of your womanly airs.
That I'm a woman. No. I know it makes you uncomfortable to say it. You just get worried.
Your father always wanted a son.
I know. He would be proud of me now.
He would. Bless his grave.
Bless his grave. May we not speak about what happened.
We will never speak of what Faithful did. It's not her fault.
Not her fault, she can't see.
Your friends Martin and Benjamin are astride horses just outside the door.
Hello, chaps.
Hello, James.
You ready?
I am. Are you ready for the guinea fowl we may harvest? I feel terrible about even...
I told you, it's never going to work.
I'm trying to find metaphors for all the beautiful women that I want to dance with.
Well, think about what you'd want to be compared to. Stallion?
Stallion.
See, it comes naturally. We all want to be stallions.
You are a stallion, my boy. And he leans down and somehow leans so far that he smacks you right on the bum. And Benjamin, his brother, is sitting atop his horse about 10 feet behind, looking off at the hills as the sun begins to set. And Martin is the local blacksmith. Typically, craftspersons, tradesfolk are not invited to this sort of event. But Martin is quite special. He is a handsome, mixed-race man that the ladies seem to line up outside his forge whenever it's a very hot day and a few buttons need to be unbuttoned. He's just a friend to anyone who patronizes his shop, his and his brothers, the Johnson brothers, blacksmith and carriage house, which is a farrier, which puts horseshoes on horses and tends to the hooves. And so he is invited, along with his brother, to these events just because he's beloved by the town.
Benjamin.
James.
What are you thinking about there in your bone box?
Natural philosophies, I suppose you could say. You say bone box. Meaning my body. Yes, I get it. Yes.
No, your head. Your bone box.
My bone box.
Yeah.
Close enough?
Bones?
Yes, I was thinking...
I would say skin sack would be if I was talking to your body.
Skin sack, bone box.
Yeah.
Skin sack, bone box.
And this is a little bit harder. This is, yeah.
Yes, well, I'm thinking how quickly could this night be over with, and it could be tomorrow because I was working on a hammer earlier, and don't bore him. Come, we're gonna have a great time. Mini libations.
All right.
Let's not tarry. I'll race you. And he slaps his horse and starts running down the road.
Okay. On to Old Faithful over here.
First?
Old
He's on
Faithful.
He has very long arms. He can smack any bum within reach.
It's all the heavy blacksmith objects, you know.
Yeah, very muscular, long arms.
Okay. Well, I'll be right behind you on Old Faithful. It's just a bit slow.
He's literally running circles around you. And Faithful.
Yes, I get it. Very, 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 very fast.
And we cut to the ball. Carriages pull up one by one. The summer fading into autumn has the smell of leaves riding on gusts of wind. As you head to one of the largest estates in the area, Flaming torches light the driveway, an impressive sight to behold. There is a line of footmen, all in the house's livery colors, that guide you from your carriage. Dear Crumbly sisters, as you are in your carriage, what do you see as you peek out from the window?
I see the usual suspects out there. Anybody catch your eye?
All of them. All of them seem very handsome to me.
I mean, you will need to discern. No? Okay.
No, all of them.
Just, how will you narrow
I like
it
the older
down?
ones, I think.
The old ones?
But I did hear that Mr. Bennett was to be at this ball tonight, and I'm very excited to meet such a man of literature.
Oh, of literature.
Yes. Well, you're very well read, aren't you, Kitty?
True.
Would you perchance have any interest in Mr. Bennett?
I don't know. I would need to meet this Mr. Bennett. I
think
it would depend on if he could rhyme. I do like a rhymer. It would at least be intriguing. I don't know if I would want to marry him, though, but we'll see.
Yes, well, just so you know, men don't like intelligent women, so act stupid, like me.
But Winnie, nobody thinks you're stupid, do they?
Well, you must act stupid, sister.
Oh, right.
Because if they know that you know about reading and rhyming, then they don't want to talk to you. They think that you'll be smarter than them, which is true, of course.
It's
we must
true.
keep it to ourselves in our pockets.
What's to become? Okay, follow this down the road, sister. Like, we get married, and then all of a sudden, we just start reading and rhyming and.
No, you must always keep it a secret.
Oh my goodness sakes! This is exactly why I told mother and father I did not want to get married.
You mustn't let them see you enter the library. You must do that at night.
But I love the smell
the light
of the
of the
books.
moon.
I love the smell of the books.
The carriage lurches to a stop.
Oh,
Sorry. It's Charles again.
Charles, it's perfectly fine. Just a warning next time. I'm going to lose my bosoms.
it's fine, Charles.
Lose your bosoms. He hops down.
Do you have all of your bosoms?
I do, yes.
Okay.
I think so.
I think okay.
I've stuffed them with old.
Flower bags. I saw, sister. Yes, you have a little bit of flour, right? Okay, there you go.
Thank you very much.
Just in time before one of the footmen opens the door and you are helped out of the carriage to the shining portico of the house, led up the stairs, led into a grand foyer, gorgeously laid in marble and meticulously cleanly. And James, you arrive at just about the same time with Martin and Benjamin in tow, and your horses are taken by footmen. They're led to the carriage houses.
Careful with that, you can't see.
Not at all.
Don't tell my footman, but no, both eyes were definitely gone at this point.
Do you mind if I take an eye then? One of the footmen.
What?
I'm doing an experiment.
I'd rather you not.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
He's like maybe 13 and just goes running off after you say that, pulling the lead to Faithful, pulling it hard and fast.
Okay.
He's fine. Yes, I will make sure the eyes are in your horse when you arrive. Another footman tells you.
Okay. A weird conversation.
Anyway, you step inside this gorgeous grand foyer and are led to the ballroom in the rear of the house. The ballroom's high ceilings rise the height of the house, multiple stories, and as you step into it, gorgeous candelabras hang from the ceiling, filled with chandeliers, sparkling room. People are dancing. There are servants laying out a feast of canapes on a long table covered in beautiful cloth and decorated with ornate candlesticks. And on the back wall of the building are floor-to-ceiling French windows. And you could see from where you were led into the ballroom that on either side, just outside the ballroom, there are doors to the gardens of Northlake Manor. And you are welcome to mill about as you please, along with the other guests. You see the Northlake family in one corner of the room, sort of in a receiving line. There is James Northlake, the patriarch of the house. There is Lydia Northlake, his beautiful and composed wife. James is medium build, brown hair, very kind eyes. And of course, James and Lydia, who are at the Northlake family, are parents to Winnie's dear friend, Elizabeth, who sees you from across the room and gives you a little wave.
Did you see Elizabeth?
I did, yes. I was thinking I would go straight for her to see if she's seen any eligible men so far. Would you like to join me? Come.
Okay, I'm fairly certain that all of them are eligible.
Well, then why haven't you nabbed one yet?
They're just so boring.
Come. And she walks over to Elizabeth. Elizabeth,
My dear.
wonderful to see you.
Oh, Winnie.
Hello, Elizabeth.
Hello.
So,
I'm so glad you could attend. It's been such a bore.
How long have you been here?
I live here.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. Utter bore. But there is a newcomer, some cousin or something, that wrote to my family months ago. Her name is Jane, and I am tickled pink to meet her. She's coming later this evening.
oh,
You've heard of Jane Radcliffe?
do say more. I don't believe I have. And she sneaks a glance over at Kitty.
Well, she is very well off. A Londoner, if you can believe it. Yes, she had an aunt who was from this area, who knows my parents, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. All I know is she is fabulously wealthy and fabulously interesting.
Oh, good. She won't be looking for a husband then. Less competition. She surveys the
Not
ball.
everybody is looking for a husband, sister.
No, not me neither. Ah, we do have that in common, Kitty. We need that all for you.
All of them. Have your pick.
Have you seen the Johnson brothers yet? The Johnson brothers.
Well, everyone's seen the Johnson brothers.
I do hope I get a peek of an open button later tonight.
Indeed.
Did I see him eyeing you last ball?
Well, Martin,
Yes.
he eyes everyone all the time.
Yes, but I
He's a
thought his
different
eyes-
girl every week.
Well, sooner or later he's bound to settle down, and it might just be with you.
I don't want to settle down. There's nothing I could do if I settle down. Someone's just going to get my father's gemstones and the manor house, and it's all a bore. Shall we throw knives later?
Yes.
We're going to. She bought
Yes.
them.
Out in the garden. Yes, I have them hidden beneath my
They're hidden.
skirts.
Oh, yes. Are they tucked into your well-flowered stuffed bosom?
Yes, they are. Yes.
Which is very tricky because they're quite sharp.
But I like it when they poke me a bit. Keeps me awake.
You're so lovely, sister.
Oh, well, this is in to be a night. Now that you've arrived.
Have you seen a Mr. Bennett yet?
Is that not him there?
Oh.
Sir? Do you care to greet one of your hostesses?
Oh, yes, thank you so much. James Bennett. Oh, yes, right.
Yes, well, of course our families know each other. Otherwise, I would never speak to you.
Of course. You okay? There was something in your throat. Can we get some water? I think there's a bit of a tickle in her throat.
That's so terribly rude.
Here,
May I
here you go,
introduce?
my lady. You okay?
This is Winifred Crumbly.
No, maybe some food too. She seems a bit out of it.
Oh, that's just my darling sister. Hello, Mr. Bennett.
Delicious.
Oh,
What is happening here?
hello.
Are you
Have you-
thirsty?
Oh, generally.
Would you like some of this water?
Oh,
You can share mine.
Is that the type of thirsty you were speaking?
Of course, sister. Why, whatever else would it
I
be?
would actually take a sip, yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
You're right.
Yes,
Please. I think you need it.
please.
So,
I want to watch you.
We were simply remarking on the gardens this time of year. They are lovely for a stroll.
oh, yeah, they're beautiful.
Do you like knives?
Oh, yeah, I quite like them. Not in a weird way, just like
Oh, no.
so practical and they're fun to throw.
I like
if you
them in
ever
a
were
weird
to.
way.
Good.
It's okay
good
if
for
you. It's okay if
Good
you
for
like things in a weird way.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah. I mean,
Mr. Bennett, I'm her elder sister. I'm Kitty.
Kitty.
Nice
Okay.
to meet
great.
you.
Much older.
Nope.
Interesting.
No, I go this way. Sorry. Yep, there we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just then, Martin comes over holding 2 goblets of wine and shoves one into your hand, James.
Thank you, Martin. Have you met
Yes, hello, Martin.
Martin?
He stares at Kitty piercingly, not looking away. The elder Ms. Grumbly.
Yes. How do you do? You look well this evening?
And you. He bows so deeply as he takes your hand and kisses it 3 times.
Thank you.
Gardens. How do you feel about them?
They're lovely. There are many books written about gardens. I actually really love flowers. I brought one here. Would you like me to read you a little something about gardens?
I'm not much of a reader. There's only James's books that I've read.
Oh, well, let me just read a little bit.
I'm
no one
sure
could
she-
read his books, no mortal, but a few natural friends would hear him. The parson came not.
He's
Sorry,
taken a few
it's been a
steps
moment.
backwards.
Since I did this.
Mr. Johnson, no, it's simply a party trick, yes, isn't it? Ha ha. Very funny.
Party trick?
The gardens are beautiful.
She doesn't read about
I'm trying
gardens.
to get rid of him
Why ever for?
because he's got those strange eyes. They're just piercing me.
Yes, but he's exceedingly handsome.
I do not want to be pierced.
Kitty, you need to be married at this ball. Go.
For you.
Thank
I'll
you.
do it for you.
Party trick.
I was only joking.
Speaking of party tricks, I hear there's a mesmerist in the large parlor.
What? Really?
Could you?
Is someone ringing a bell? Is that a servant?
Probably.
Bringing the hors d'oeuvres out, I assume.
I do want to see this mesmerist. You do too, as well, right, Winnie?
Yes,
But first, maybe we could get something to eat, since the orders have just popped out.
Sure, certainly. Would you come to see a mesmerist?
of course I would.
But after hors d'oeuvres.
After the hors d'oeuvres, of course, my sister and I would be honored to join you, Mr. Johnson, and perhaps your friend, Mr. Bennett,
Yes, I quite like to see the gardens.
the mesmerist. Mr. Bennett.
I mean, and the mesmerist. Sorry.
Have you ever been
You were
mes-
talking so much over here.
Have you ever been mesmerized, Mr. Bennett?
Oh, by a book, yes. And yeah, I think so. In an engaging activity, but not maybe in the sense of a mesmerist. I mean, Martin, you've never seen a mesmerist, have you, or have you?
No, that's why I'm
first thing,
fascinated
yeah.
by the idea.
Yeah, I think it's new. I think it's exciting. I think we should do it.
Well, we've never been to a mesmerist before. What do they do exactly?
Well,
Mesmerize.
it's me. Yes, mesmerize, I would think, is the main attraction.
Mesmerizing is quite difficult.
Usually
Do you
with an
think-
ist at the end, it means you're a specialist. It's another ist, an example, not a great way of doing it, but you know, you're good
Yes,
at
that's
it.
a very thoughtful answer.
Is there? Are they here now?
That's right. Yes, I'll lead you that way. He
go.
starts walking with his wide, powerful gait towards one of the parlors off of the ballroom or off of the grand foyer. And do you follow?
Yes, I'll go. Well, I'm going to go with my good friend here. If you want to come, ladies, I know you wanted to get some hors d'oeuvres, but they'll be there all night, I think. So
Yes.
they keep bringing them out kind of constantly if it's part of the ball.
Perhaps they could follow us with the hors d'oeuvres as we walk.
3 different servants all step towards
Wonderful.
Oh wow!
Just
Delicious. Best thing I've ever eaten.
thank you.
Really? What is it?
you. They disappear immediately. How'd they leave so quickly?
Shall we on to the mesmerist?
Just ate a clam for the first time. So. Yes, I think mesmerist is a good idea.
Mesmerist, let's.
Good
shall
for
we?
you.
Let's go.
It's an exciting day.
Winnie, is this... what is happening to you?
Sister, pull yourself together.
I'm sorry, I seem to be in hysterics.
Is this...
It's a completely normal response to hors d'oeuvres.
Yes, well, hors d'oeuvres mixed with... Mr. Johnson did have one button undone underneath his cravat. Did you see there was a few hairs on his chest just popping out?
Are you interested in Mr. Johnson? You're more than welcome. Go.
Well, he seemed like he was interested in you, Kitty. Perhaps with this mesmerist, you can get a bit closer to him.
Mesmerize him in your direction.
Well, I seem to have taken a liking to Mr. Bennett.
Oh my goodness, I did not pick up on that. I'm so sorry.
That's all right.
Oh.
Just so dreamy.
What-
Eyes
what
like
would you
a...
talk about? Books?
Yes, we could talk about. I mean, he could just read to me for days on end. Out in a field of dead grass prickling into our bottoms.
That does sound lovely. I do know how much you love dead grass. Oh, the mesmerist.
Did James follow?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So not in
We were
earshot.
following as well. Yes, yes. We were following behind.
Holding each other
Yes.
hushed, talking, shoving
Yes.
our clam hors d'oeuvres in our mouths.
Yes.
As this walk is happening, which one do you want?
Which one do I want?
I was thinking I'll take the older because, well, she seems more difficult and I like a challenge.
Martin, I don't know how many times I have to tell you this.
I can get her.
You cannot claim a woman.
Excuse me?
You cannot claim it's mutual.
I claimed Miss Asher there, and I claimed the other Miss Asher there last week.
Define claimed differently. Okay, you can do it that way, but I mean...
They were all willing, of course.
I know that. I just mean you can't just pick a woman and say, she's
Dibs.
mine. Dibs, yes.
It's a word I made up.
What is Dibs? Fine.
What
To
we're
claim
talking
a woman?
about? It's a dibs.
Okay, well, you dibs whatever one you want, and then treat her kindly.
I will dibs her, if you know what I mean.
I do.
And they like the way that I dibs.
Yeah, we know.
I've been told.
Martin,
Ask the elder Miss Asher.
have you done dibs most Asher sisters?
There's 4 Asher sisters.
All of them?
No!
Martin!
2 of them are too young.
Yes, that's why I was saying both. I implied.
Just the ones that are out.
Yes.
As you step into the small parlor,
Anyway, have whatever you want.
you see a well-appointed parlor with beautiful portraits on the walls and gorgeous silk couches with gold, wooden, ornate armrests. And in one corner, there are some older matriarchal women playing at cards. And in another, there is a table that's been set up with who some of you may recognize as Millicent, as Harriet, the daughter and dressmaker that works at Fordham Draper, along with her mother, Millicent. And Harriet is sitting behind a table, closing with a gentleman sitting across from her with his eyes closed. An older man, that you recognize to be one of the gentry, and he seems to be barking like a dog.
Oh.
Fascinating.
My goodness.
Please come around, yes? Have you ever seen such things before?
No.
I can't see that I have.
I've heard of such things at a circus, certainly.
Oh, yes, well, I am the hired entertainment for this evening. I've been working quite hard on the study of mesmerism.
I thought you were here to maybe mend dresses?
Not tonight. No.
People could be multifaceted, I understand that.
Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Nathaniel Havering. Oh! 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 When I clap my hands 3 times, you will wake up. I tell you, it won't work on me. Not for a second. Did I just bark like a dog?
Yes.
Most unexpectedly.
He stands up very quickly and walks straight back out of through a corridor that you know is heading towards the back of the house. He doesn't say anything to anyone, and he walks very quickly.
Well, that was quite a show. Do you make everyone make animal sounds, or is there all sorts of mesmerizing?
All sorts. What would you like me to mesmerize someone to do?
Oh, we choose what you want them to do.
Well, so long as they give their permission.
Can you make someone fall in love?
Winnie.
Just a question.
The question of whether I can and whether I should are 2 different topics. Now, I suppose if it's something of interest, and you notice your friend, Elizabeth, the young hostess of the party, who had wandered off during the conversation earlier, is also milling about that hallway.
The hallway that Nathaniel went down?
Mm-hmm. You see her and some other, she's 16, I think like yourself. Thereabouts. And you see a few of her peers following her as she seems to be showing them something, and they're coming in the small parlor and then back out into a different corridor. There are 2 corridors side by side. One is labeled clearly to be the servants' corridor, and one is more well-appointed, a wider corridor with sconces and paintings that seems to be the way to get to the back door to head out to the gardens. But they are just sort of coming in and then running out, and then coming in one corridor and running back out the other.
Do they look like this is like they've been bewitched, or like they're seeing something that they're going after?
They're frightened?
They look more bewildered and playful.
Oh, okay. So this seems to be distracting from this current situation. So Winnie will excuse me for just a moment. I'm going to go see what Elizabeth is doing, and wander over and try to catch Elizabeth's eye as she's moving about.
Oh, there you are, Winnie. Oh, did I not tell you about the corridor?
No.
Oh, yes, it's quite anomalous, one might say. All right. Bear with me. Count your paces. And she starts doing something she's probably done over and over again because the people that were running around with her start doing it along with her, and she counts 1, 2, 3, and she's counting her paces as she walks down the corridor. Do you see it?
Do I see anything happen? Or do I just see her walk to the end of the corridor?
You see her walk to the end of the corridor. 27 paces.
Elizabeth, I'm not sure what's going on here. Should I?
Oh, come with me, come with me, come with me. She pulls you along, gathering up her skirts so she can move more quickly, and she runs to the servants' corridor. count your paces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And she is trying to keep her paces astride equally, but is very excited. 24.
So the corridor is of different length.
Yes!
Why is that of note, Elizabeth?
They both start in the small parlor and end at the garden door. Count for yourself.
All right. And
Do Kitty and James follow along in all this, or are they still in the small parlor with Harriet?
I think we're still in the
I think we're on a small parlor. But if it's, I feel like if it would be distracting, then they would turn around and notice it. If it's like,
I think it's very distracting
Okay, yeah.
because Elizabeth has been raising her voice and running.
Okay, yes. So
Rather
then we'll go.
unbecoming of a lady of the
should we
gentry.
check on your sister?
Yes, absolutely, at once.
Martin? Do you want to come with us?
I think I'll get mesmerized. And he sits down in the chair. He says, "Make me not fall in love."
oh,
All right.
Kitty. Oh, and Mr. Bennett. Hello. I was just about to count my steps. Would you like to join me?
Yeah, sure. Like to count.
I'll do it too.
All right.
We're in the
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
9, 10,
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23,
5,
26, 27.
Okay.
27.
And?
The servant's corridor is only 24 paces. I just did it myself, so they're of different lengths. But how can we not attribute this to just simply a architectural
Contractor
anomaly? I mean,
Yes.
how strange. What a weird thing.
Could it
No
be
explanation for it, because we're women.
Could it be that we're taking different strides, different lengths of strides each time?
Well, I've tested it with a few of the friends here many times, and we've all individually in our own paces come up with the same. But perhaps you're right. Perhaps it just confounds a woman's mind. What do you say, Mr. Bennett?
I say, you all should not speak about yourself like that.
Why?
A woman's mind is just the same as a man's mind.
Yes.
Just in a different bone box, if you will.
Thank you.
Different bone box, not a
Skin set.
skin set.
Yes, yes.
Well,
Thank you, Mr. Bennett.
I've never heard a man speak such a thing before.
Well, the truth. Maybe you should find yourself around more honest men. You know, if I may, back to this mystery. Has anybody looked at the walls? Or anything that might be different? Because that's a significant difference in paces.
Oh,
Not to
Well,
be.
let's have a look.
Would you give us our first roll of the game? Oh wow, we are playing a role playing game.
I love rolling.
Perhaps for spot hidden.
Spot hidden. Okay, I got. Okay, that's not a greater 90. I don't think. Okay.
So I don't have anything in this.
Is
so
there a number in parentheses after spot hidden?
yes.
That is what your basic score is if you have no particular skill in that thing.
Okay.
No, I have a 45 and I
I have a
rolled a
45
90.
and I rolled a 57.
Ah. As you look up and down, there's just paintings hanging along this corridor. There seems to be, they seem to be evenly spaced all the way down the corridor and spaced with the sconces. And about halfway down, there's a larger space. But that's all that you see. Could you each give me, oh, go ahead.
Space is bigger than those spaces.
It's true, I also feel that.
That's all I have. I just saying it out loud.
Perhaps the wall is warped or something.
It's a big warp, 5-foot warp, 5-pace warp.
I don't know.
I assure you, there's no warping. No, our home may have been built, let's see, so many years ago now, maybe 100? But, well, certainly this is the oldest part of the house. Maybe it is warped. She starts tapping along the wall. And as she does, can everyone give me a roll for power? It's one of your main characteristics at the top.
There we go. I got a 13, which means I have power of 50, so that's I get these mixed switched. Extreme?
It's a hard success
Hard
if it's
success.
less than half. It's an extreme success if it's 1/5 or less.
I was so close, but it is not an extreme.
I
It
got
is a hard.
I got a hard success as well.
Oh.
I think mine's hard. 35 for 16 would be extreme, 40 would be hard. Yeah, so hard.
Oh, all three of you got a hard success. And all
gotta tap
three of
again.
you, as you tap the walls in this strange place, all three of you feel everything in your vision goes white for just a moment. You feel your body sort of freeze as if you're in some sort of stasis and you can't move. And you just see a wasteland, barren desertscape. It feels hot. It feels dry, like you want to cough and you can't even cough. There's not enough moisture in the air to even take the first inhale. And you just hear screams in your ears of old men, of young children, of horrible monsters. And then you immediately gain control of yourself once again and
Did you? I saw something. I don't want you to think I'm mad, but did you see something?
I think I felt it too.
all three of you just looked like such idiots for a moment.
Elizabeth, you didn't feel it.
No, what are you talking about?
There's something going on in this wall.
They were screaming and yelling. People were frightened.
And it was as though I hadn't taken a drink of water in weeks.
Completely parched.
Well, then perhaps we should have some punch. I hear it is quite strong. And then we'll get to the bottom of this, yes?
Okay,
Yes, let's get some
yes.
punch. I could use some punch.
And as she runs off, that is where we will take a quick 5-minute break. And then we will be back with the second half of our evening.
Yay!
Hello, and welcome back to the Calyx Regency Cthulhu. Let's jump back into it. But not before we thank Chaosium Inc., our wonderful sponsor, who have given us this beautiful discount code. It's down there. You can get 10% off everything on their website if you use our code GOODTIME. So do it. I mean, if you're gonna go there and buy things anyway, do it, because then you get the, it's fine. When we last left our three delightful investigators, the Crumbly sisters, Winnie and Kitty, as well as James Bennett, the man,
Mr. Bennett, to you.
narrator.
James Bennett, the man.
They were, along with the hostess of the ball they are attending, checking out this rather funky corridor. The corridor has the same start point and end point of the matching servants corridor just next to it, just parallel, and yet, when you measure with paces, it's not the same. It seems that the older, more dedicated to getting hitched folks at this ball are still in the ballroom dancing. They don't seem too much bothered by what these young people are flittering about doing in the hallways. But to some of the young people, they become quite perturbed by this and have taken out balls of string and are stretching them the length and then comparing them to the other hallway, knocking over servants who are trying to carry in and out dirty plates and new dishes of canapes for the table. And what are the three of you doing?
I'm rewinding my ball of string. I'm so glad I brought this.
And Elizabeth just went to get punched, right? She just ran off.
Oh, right.
Yes.
I have to be honest, this is quite disturbing. I don't know what you heard, but what I heard was not good. It's haunted.
Good thing it's not in frame.
Well, I don't really know what we're supposed to do. I mean, perhaps there are more corridors that have strange anomalies we could investigate. Perhaps it might be fodder for your next book, Mr. Bennett.
Oh, yes, it's a good idea. It's quite poetic, right? Oh, a short hallway. A mysteriously short hallway. Yes.
What would you rhyme that with?
Hallway.
Yes.
Doorway. No. That's too close to hallway. James, what would you rhyme it with?
This is the ballway.
Is that a word?
Oh, 2 words. I broke it into 2 words.
Oh, the way to the ball?
Yes.
Oh, okay. It's kind
It's a
of
little
fun.
play on words.
Little play on word. I love it.
Just then, galloping past, as if he is a horse, comes Martin Johnson, the blacksmith, saying, "Oh, happy and gay!"
Martin.
Oh, Martin's not going to fall in love tonight, it
He
looks like.
gallops past you and then gallops back the other way, back to the small parlor.
Oh, I'm so glad he just kept going.
Yes, it does seem that he's been mesmerized. Mesmerized. Well, I wonder if Ms.
Fordham the Draper?
Fordham, is it Fordham? Yeah, Fordham. Ms. Fordham might know a bit more about strange occurrences like this. It seems that she has some sort of
She said she'd been with the family for a long time, yes?
I don't recall, but perhaps, yes, and she might just know more about the occult in general.
Is this Harriet or Harriet's mother?
Harriet is the mesmerist. You know her mother, Millicent, owns the dress shop where she is a dressmaker.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I was so distracted by
You were trying to rhyme. Hallway, yeah. Okay.
As Martin makes his way back into the parlor, you see Elizabeth holding 4 small glasses. Say, "Oh no, oh my!" And then she spills one.
Oh.
And a servant just was coming out of the shorter of the corridors. And happens to have another cocktail on a tray. So she puts them all there and walks with the servant. "Martha has your beverages."
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you,
much,
Martha.
Elizabeth.
Thank you so much.
Did you see Martin nearly knocked me down?
I did. At this rate, will all of the eligible men at this party be turned into animals? Quite frankly, I do like them still as men.
They were animals to begin with, if you ask me. Saving, of course, for yourself, Mr. Bennett.
Oh, save no words for me. It's fine.
You do seem to be
Agree.
different.
Not an animal.
No, you just seem to be different. Different from all the other men.
I know, not an animal. That's what you were saying.
But
Yeah.
there's something else. Something.
No, I'm just a man, actually. I'm just the same standard
there's
man.
something-
Love women and
Oh, do you?
I do.
You don't. Mr. Bennett
Are
loves
you questioning
women.
it?
No, not at all. I would never.
Yes.
I myself love men. Eligible men.
Are you sure?
Especially ones who write. In the writing profession.
What's your favourite writing profession?
Winifred, be careful with your words. If someone were to overhear, they might think you uncouth.
Oh,
She likes to be read too.
I like to be read too, yes.
You don't like to read yourself?
No. I find it so boresome to crack open a dusty old book. I'd rather sit on at a pianoforte and sing a lullaby of funeral tunes.
Interesting. You're a real woman's woman.
Would you like to sing for us now?
Kitty.
Oh, you must.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh,
Winifred.
sorry.
I could,
I'm so sorry. There's a piano.
couldn't.
Is there a piano?
Of course.
We could all sing together. I'm sure we could find something we all know.
Oh, Elizabeth,
This is an excellent choice. Yes, forget the corridor.
No, we could sing in this corridor. We could see which corridor sounds best. The acoustics are just beautiful in corridors.
I think there's a tuning fork right here in this drawer. She taps it on her glass. This is no pianoforte, but perhaps it will do. Ding!
Mr. Bennett, did you say that you like singing?
Me?
Yes.
I dabble.
But do you like it when...
Women sing?
Yes.
Perhaps there is a poem someone could recite and we could turn it into song.
Yes, I've got my poem book right here.
Oh.
It's called...
I don't think you're ready. I know where you're at. I know where you're at.
Palace Roof of Cloudless Nights. Come on.
Ding!
Palace roof of Calyx nights.
Oh, it's a dirge.
Anyway, this is what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yes, I do love to sing. One of my favorite activities.
Do you not find it strange, this corridor?
I find it very strange. This is strange and that is strange.
There was no acoustics. Did you hear that?
It
When
was-
it just sang and it did not reverberate off of the wall.
It was as though the sound was sucked up immediately.
It just disappeared.
Yes, usually it would reverberate upon the ceiling and the walls, but it was as though we were surrounded by pillows or something.
I wonder,
Yes.
I touch where I tapped before.
Give me a roll for power again.
Hard success.
Your finger goes right through the wall.
Do we see that?
Oh!
Wait.
Oh my!
Is everyone seeing this?
Yes.
Yes. Does it feel strange?
May I?
Elizabeth's just drinking her champagne.
Yeah.
And Winnie reaches out to try and poke her finger through the same spot.
When you're in the same spot, your finger slides right in.
Oh!
Now I want to try it, but I'm going to first tie this string around my finger so I don't lose it.
Yes, you need protection before you poke your finger in here.
No, it's more over here. Yeah, right there.
Yes, right there. Oh, yes.
Uh,
Do you see my whole finger? Only half of my finger.
Yes, what? This
Can
is...
I try to put my hand in farther?
Yeah, yes, you can. Yeah.
Can I?
Sure. If you try to move it side to side, any of you from where you are, unless you're in the same spot, you feel kind of like a vertical stop.
So it's almost like a little crevice.
It's like a slit. Yeah, that's. This happened in my last night. It's about 6 inches wide.
Okay. So, but up and down is okay. There's no way to get to the...
Wall cracks were a veil for me, so...
Okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't see that one written in.
Okay.
Should we end the scene immediately, or?
Okay, but nothing happens other than just like that there's a stop on either side, basically.
All of your tips of your fingers, if you're not wearing gloves, are starting to get very hot.
It's just me. It's warm.
Is it like the desert that we felt?
Perhaps what it would feel like, yes.
Are we all mad? Is this what madness feels like? I like it.
I don't feel any warmth.
I'm gonna try and like see if there's like a secret button.
You feel up and down the crevice.
You gotta get out of this.
Being a woman, you might have an easier time finding the
Yeah,
secret
secret
button. You might know where it is.
But you're not a woman, you're a man.
I'm a man, so
Don't make it look too easy, okay?
There is no button.
But so nothing happens. Like it just feels like smooth.
It is
Sorry.
smooth
Sorry.
up and down,
Okay.
but you do see that your friends seem to be sticking their hand in a different slit.
And their hands are going in as well?
So people have discovered this at this point.
No,
right?
just the three of you.
Oh,
just the three of you.
oh, you
Everyone
are
else,
all different.
they're
I see.
measuring on other ends of the hallway and still running back and forth to compare and telling new people.
Wait,
We're the only ones who have our hands in the wall.
Yes.
And you're in a different. You're down far. Pull.
What have we done to you, Karen?
I have the giggles.
She's got the
It's not the
good.
first time, it's not the last time. It'll happen at this table.
Well, this is quite romantic, I have to say. All of us with our hand in the wall, something mysterious happening. Should we delve further?
Can we try to pull it back?
Pull what back? The desert.
Wall.
We could
Pull the wall, like grab onto it and pull it toward us.
No.
Sure, I'm up for the challenge.
Are you attempting to peel back the wall?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Yes, you start to peel the wallpaper slightly. And it though your hand feels this edge, nothing visual is happening. You cannot see anything behind it. And when you peel, you just rip a bit of wallpaper. And so anyone who's doing this, please roll for stealth to see if you are caught desecrating
yes.
the wallpaper in this beautiful manor house.
Oh boy.
Wait, stealth. Oh, I don't.
It's not good for me.
What if
No,
you don't
I
have
didn't make.
anything?
Oh wait, I did make
it's
it.
down here.
I did make it.
It's all alphabetical, so check those S's.
So yours is 20.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I definitely failed.
I did a good job.
We did?
Extremely. Yes.
Oh.
Just then, an older woman that you saw playing cards at the table in the parlor earlier walks by. It says, "Elizabeth, what is this friend of yours doing?" As she stares daggers at you, James.
my lady.
Roll for reputation.
Ooh. Is there any way that we can assist this roll?
I don't believe you can.
This part of the table is cursed.
Rolling here, it's doing good.
Okay, well, that's
Maybe in a
not
moment.
here.
He might
Okay.
not have been caught
I
if he was
got
wearing gloves. It has something to do with
An
fingerprints.
87, which is definitely not going to be.
Oh, friends. We need to build your reputations.
Oh.
Your reputations are your credit rating plus your etiquette divided by 2.
Ooh, credit
Okay.
rating.
You said etiquette.
Yes.
Credit rating.
Let's see. I'm looking at kitties. So credit rating plus etiquette
So fun.
is. I love math.
So
105.
you said
Ooh.
add them and then what?
Rounded down. So I think you're
100.
52.
You said
105. So
add-
104.
And then
52.
divide by 2.
Okay, thank you.
That is your reputation.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. James
Got
Bennett.
mine.
Yes.
My reputation's not as high as I thought it would be.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm young, haven't had time to build it yet.
young.
And also I talk about dead things a lot.
Is it just one number for reputation? Or is
Yes, the other numbers will be half
yours.
and then a
Ah.
fifth, so 26
Okay.
and 30. I know.
Oh.
Whatever 52 divided by,
It's higher than mine.
it would be
But I still
10?
do bad.
Because you round down.
Real use reputation.
We'll call it 10. 57 is mine.
And did you fail or?
I failed. I rolled an 87. It's. Oh wait, no, wait, that was not my.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
you
it was,
failed.
that
Yeah,
was.
you definitely
Yeah,
failed. Yeah. You are looking face to face with Mrs. Coombs. Mrs. Coombs is the older matriarch of the house. You certainly know from living in this town. Mrs. Sarah Coombs. She's 71, and she is James Northlake, the father of your friend's aunt. And she looks at you and says, "Will you please explain what you are doing, ripping the accoutrement from this corridor?"
Yes, Mrs. Coombs, I apologize. I know this appears a bit more barbaric than what it actually is. Are you acquainted with the different pace lengths of the hallways in your abode?
I will hear no such thing. And with that, you lose 2 reputation.
Goodness.
And the 2 of you did nothing to stop this gentleman?
Oh, Ms. Combs, we
can't assume that we have any effect on what a man might do.
no, the gentleman would.
We're just gentle ladies.
Yes, we have no standing with the gentlemen. We let them do as they please. We are only here to dance and eat the hors d'oeuvres.
And get married.
Yes.
Well, then perhaps you should dance, eat the hors d'oeuvres, and get married happily. But I know your mother, and she is a fine woman. Will the 2 of you please roll for reputation as you speak to Miss Combs?
Oh boy.
Wow, I've rolled the same number on this die like 3 times in a row.
So if 26 is hard, 22 is hard. Okay.
So, round up for the half or round down for the half?
Down.
Round down. Oh, of course.
This is a horror game. Aren't you scared?
I got a regular success.
Off you go.
We'll
Yes,
tell our mother that you said hello.
Yes.
Do so.
And
And tell her I'll win her fish at cards yet.
yes,
We will.
yes.
And she turns around and huffs down back towards the small parlor. She seemed uninterested in the length of the corridors.
What a haughty woman.
Yes. Reputation precedes her.
Yes, I'd like to know what her reputation was.
Yes, exactly.
Someone has to know what is going on here.
Well, it seems that we are the only ones who.
Have tried to stick their finger in the wall.
Well, also.
Did you just say stick your finger in the wall? Elizabeth has returned.
Have you done it?
I'm so sorry. Whenever my grandmother, my great aunt comes along, I make myself scarce.
Understandable.
Elizabeth,
Smart me.
dear friend of mine, something very strange is happening in your house, and we want to get to the bottom of it.
Well, good. I pray you do. I have been trying to find people as interested in this anomaly as me. Although I did get distracted by dancing for quite a while there.
Do you
What do we do?
Do you not know of any history that's happened in your house? Any unfortunate deaths that may have occurred in this corridor?
In the last 100 years since it has been built.
What specific questions? I suppose you could always check the family Bible. Of course, we,
Bible?
just like every family, keep records of births and deaths. But if you'd like an oral history, well, you'd have to ask Mrs. Coombs.
Oh.
Well, there's also my grandmother. Granny? you see another old woman who's just like kind of wandering. She's wearing an elegant blue dress, and her eyes are kind of like a milky blue. Granny Northlake. Oh, Emma. And the woman goes, oh, I found a butterfly.
Oh, good for you. Granny Northlake, is that what we call you?
Oh, I'm so sorry, but I am already betrothed to Edmund.
Oh, you flatter me. Granny, you know this house quite well, yes?
I love this house, yes. And Granny is, her memory is failing her. Some days it's better than others. Right, Granny?
Does Granny seem a little magical? Like, a little magical or just...
Give me a roll for occult.
Okay. I don't...
Do you have any occult?
Oh, right there. No.
Maybe a hard power,
Okay.
just to sense her magical aura.
Okay. Yeah, right?
Hard?
40.
Oh, power. I'm sorry. Yes, hard power.
To roll under.
Oh, okay. You have to
under.
roll
So-
low.
Oh, right, sorry. So I didn't.
You feel nothing. You know, she feels like an old
feel
woman
nothing.
who nothing about her presence feels like she's just losing her mind a little bit.
Okay.
Granny, you've, obviously been in around this house and these hallways.
Do call me Emma when Edmund's not around.
Sweetheart.
She perks up like a young flower.
It is your color. Has there been anything ghastly that's happened in these halls that you can remember? No?
These holes.
Looking for a bit of a spooky story.
Give me some kind of roll.
Okay.
Having to do perhaps like a persuade,
Okay.
or even a reassure if that's. Let's see. No, probably persuade for you, right?
Me, let's see.
Yes, persuade.
Persuade. Okay. Yeah. Is that bad or good?
Wait, is that 100 or?
That is a
100?
fumble.
A crit,
Yes,
right?
a 001 is a critical success. A 000 is a 100, which is a critical failure, or a fumble. No, I won't believe it. I won't believe it, Edmund. Say it's not true. Don't. Why? And she runs through the garden door as fast as her old lady legs. She kind of toddlers away.
Say the wall.
I know, me too.
No.
There's your answer.
Okay. I'm sorry, ladies. Somebody else please do the speaking tonight because I am not ahead with the elder generation.
Oh no, it wasn't your fault at all. You are ever charming. It seemed that she had just come under a bout of hysterics. It was exciting though.
Elizabeth,
I've never seen Granny upset like that.
what was she yelling?
You asked her about deaths in this hallway? Well, that's
Specifically, did you ask
Spooky, something spooky.
Mr. Bennett, I don't think that was entirely your fault. I think perhaps there was something Granny has seen or heard of.
She said to say it's
pained her.
not true, Edmund. Right?
She did say
As if
that.
she's recalling something horrific that had happened. I feel bad for spurring such a terrible memory in her mind, but perhaps it's a clue of some sort.
What type of clue?
That something has happened here.
Well, can I ask, Elizabeth, I know that you said you don't have too much of recollection outside of the family Bible, but is there any paintings that you know of that might have any kind of theme of desert or pain or heat?
Well, shall we look?
Yes.
And each of you turns and looks at the paintings around you. Give me a roll for spot hidden. It seems that this corridor is full of the less interesting paintings. Katie, is that a fill? Do you want some different dice or
Another fumble.
Rolling.
you?
Because it's a 97 and I have under 50, so that's a fumble, right? Because 96 to 100.
Yeah, you feel along the wall instead of looking, and your hand goes through the slit, and you immediately feel fire.
Mr. Bennett, how can we help you?
Lose 1 hit point as you pull your fingers away, and there's sort of there are scorch marks on the tips of them.
Oh no, Mr. Bennett.
Oh, my writing hand.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
Oh no. Let's get some ice at once.
okay, my cocktail.
Oh, perfect.
Oh yes, the punch is quite cold. We had ice ridden in by carriage this morning. So exciting.
Fancy.
And there's some alcohol in there, so right?
It probably burns, I would imagine.
But it would disinfect it.
Quite bad, yeah.
But
The ice would
disinfect
have been a better choice.
I'm so sorry. Did you just put your hand through the wall, or have I had too much punch?
No, that is what happened.
And then it seemed as though it burned you.
It burned quite bad. Did you find pictures with any clues?
How is your spot and hidden rolls?
Didn't succeed.
Right, 24 and 22 is so. Is that hard? Do I round down?
You are above 22, so it's just a regular success. You could always spend to luck permanently. Although we forgot to roll for last session. And since we are coming to the conclusion of our session, we will save that for next week.
That'll be something juicy for episode
Fun,
2.
juicy way that you could boost your rolls.
Yes.
I don't feel lucky yet. I'm going to feel lucky next time.
We'll need more luck in the future, so it's good to save it for now. Yes, you succeed, and there was, among the droll paintings that seem to be family portraits throughout the years, you find a particularly old one, and you had asked about 100 years. This portrait is dated 1713, which is exactly 100 years from this year. As you know, it is 1813. And in this portrait, you see a smiling young couple holding an infant in the woman's arms.
Okay.
Beneath it, it says, Alistair and Charlotte Northlake,
Okay.
with baby William.
Do we recognize? Well, she's the only one seeing this, right?
Do I recognize these names, these people? Have I heard of them before?
No,
Do I know
it's
who William? I don't.
your
know.
friend's ancestors.
Oh. Do I feel any power off of it? Like any kind of strange oogly feelings off of this picture? Are they like winking at me? Like what?
Give me a
is the-
quick power roll.
Okay.
Kitty, what are you looking at?
I want to take a closer look. What does that say? Oh, 29.
Ooh, nice.
Yes.
Is that a hard success?
Yes.
Below your half?
Yes.
You feel an eerie feeling when you look at this image. And then you're drawn across the hall. You feel something pulling you. It's like a prickling on the back, the hairs on the back of your neck, and you feel compelled to turn and are pulled a bit down the hall, and you see a small circular cameo with the same man, but he looks, there's a deep sadness in his eyes. And it says, Alistair Northlake, 1717.
Alone in the.
He's alone in this portrait,
4 years later.
looking very dour.
Okay.
Kitty, what is it? You stopped in your tracks.
Yes, I felt something quite odd. I didn't know there might be a draft in here or something, but did you see this cameo? It's got the same man, Alistair Northlake.
1717, that's 4 years after 1713, and
Exactly, but he looks so sad. There's no light in his eyes here.
Well, he's with his. Did you show us the other one?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
His family, they look so happy.
Well, perhaps. Wait, Elizabeth.
they must have died.
You said a family Bible.
Yes. Come, let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
I think. that might be
She
all.
leads you towards the small parlor, not towards the garden, towards the main part of the house. And as you step into the small parlor, everyone seems to be peering out the front windows. And there seem to be people rushing through the grand foyer, people that you know rarely stop dancing. And there is what seems to be the sound of horses drawing nearer, even though most people have already arrived. And Elizabeth says, oh, this is it. Our final guest, the guest of the hour.
Oh.
Oh, I do hope it's her. And she rushes out the front door.
Ooh.
Is that who was mentioned earlier?
Jane. Jane.
Miss Jane Radcliffe. What a time to come here.
We fight our way up to the window a little bit.
There are many people you have to push your way through.
Excuse me.
If you could give me a roll for etiquette, just to make sure you don't bump the wrong person.
Oh, okay.
I'm following,
7. This is good.
I'm following closely behind Mr. Bennett so that he can part the way for me.
Extreme.
Oh!
If you would, Mr. Bennett, please check the box in pencil next to etiquette.
Oh.
For in your next investigator development phase, you will improve your etiquette.
Excellent. Excuse me, if you would. Excuse me.
Excuse us.
Hands up.
Hi.
Not touching
Excuse
you.
us.
You hear some of the women mumble, he's so handsome. Oh, he's so poised.
Excuse us. Excuse us.
And Kitty follows behind.
Excuse us.
Did you pass your etiquette rolls?
No.
Oh, you're
We
just
didn't.
following behind.
We're
Great,
just following
great,
I mean, I can roll for etiquette.
Roll for etiquette?
You can see, under that extreme success, why bother? The ways are parted.
My friends with me, yes. They're with me.
Friends, special friends.
It's new friends, yes.
Some women look at you with extreme jealousy, Winnie.
I love it.
As the three of you peer out the ornately curtained window, you see the most beautiful carriage. It is white with gold inlays, with 4 horses and 3 footmen. One of them doesn't even have reins to hold.
There's no job for him.
So wealthy that she can just hire extra people just to look at.
And the footmen seem to be shoving one another out of the way in order to be the one to open the carriage door, for they too want to be the first to get a look at Miss Jane Radford. And that is where we will leave our story for this evening. We hope that you will join us next week for part 2 of this 4-part series. Yes. Please tell them your names one more time and where they might find you, starting with Kari.
Kari Lee Cartwright. You can find me on Instagram at JustALittleKLC.
Hi everybody, I'm Jess, and you can find me at Jessica Lynn Parsons or at Jessica Parsons. You can just Google me, you'll find me. Come around.
I'll do it. Hi there, I'm Katie Michels, and you can find me at the Katie Michels on all the places.
And I'm Becca Scott, your humble keeper of arcane lore. And I'm so excited that we're going to have a 4th player next week. If you are interested in seeing what we talk about as soon as this stream ends, you can head to patreon.com/goodtimesociety. And tomorrow there will be a little talk back there. So please become a patron, become part of our Good Time Society family. A huge thank you to Chaosium, our dear friends, for sponsoring this stream. Make sure you use that discount code if you want to look at stuff at their website. And with that, we bid you adieu for the evening.
Adieu.